welcome back to my channel. My name is Phoenix Urbina and I am a certified life coach. And today we're going to be talking about how to begin to say no. For some of us, it's a struggle to say no. We typically say yes, even though we want to say no. And this stems from us wanting to please people. I normally come up with the ideas for my videos based on conversations that I'm having with my clients. And this week, I've noticed that my clients say, I just wasn't able to say no. I couldn't say no. When I ask, so why did you do this? And they say, I just couldn't say no. And so this is a big issue for some of us. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips on how to begin to say no. But first I want to start off explaining why we tend to say yes. So saying yes constantly or not being able to say no stems from a few different things. One is that we are taught to say yes as children. We're taught to do things that make our parents happy, that make our friends happy, because we've received so much praise in the past. Think about a child who doesn't want to do something that their parents are asking them to do, and their parents manipulate them into doing it by saying, if you share your Cheetos with your sister, I'm going to be so happy with you. And so in the moment, they don't want to share, but because they're associating this action with their parents being proud and validating them and giving them love, they say, okay, I don't want to, but I'm going to do it because I want you to love me. The point is, a lot of us are conditioned from childhood to say yes, to please our parents. So if your parents are manipulators, if they use shame, if they used guilt trips on you, if they used too much praise, your worth is based upon their happiness. Are you good enough for them? So typically, people who say yes when they want to say no are the ones who are trying to please their parents constantly as well. So if you are always trying to be good enough for your mom or dad, you're going to be the person who's struggling to say no. The next person who's going to struggle to say no is someone with very little self-esteem. In my work, I noticed that the clients of mine who have low self-esteem tend to say yes when they want to say no, because one, they want to please other people. They want to be liked. They want to feel valued. They want to feel loved. And so they're going to associate them doing favors for other people with that, so that the other person will appreciate them. They're the ones that are going to struggle with saying no when they want to say no. So the way that we can begin to start saying no is by delaying your response. A lot of times we have the habit of saying yes quickly because we're not used to taking a moment to think about, do we actually want to do this? Do I want to help this person? Am I available to help this person? I know when I used to struggle to say no, someone would ask me for a ride and I would say, oh, sure, yeah. And then I would get off the phone and my husband would say, you know, our girls have to go to sleep by 6:30 and you going across town you're not going to be back in time to put them to sleep and make dinner and do all of these plans. So why would you say yes? And I would say, well, I said yes because I didn't want to disappoint this person, but you're right, I don't have time to do this. It wasn't in my plans. I have a good routine going. And so this not only threw me off my schedule, but it also got me into a lot of arguments with my spouse. So delaying that response and saying, you know, I would really love to help you. I'm going to have to think about this though. Give me a few minutes and I'll call you back. In saying, I'm going to have to think about this. Let me call you back in a few minutes. or let me get back to you on that so I can think about it, that's going to give you time to sit with yourself and think, do I actually have, one, the time to do this? Two, do I want to do this? Is this something is this something that would be inconvenient for me? You can think about, if you were to say yes, why are you saying yes? Is it because you're available to help and because you love this person so you do want to help them? Or is it because you don't want to disappoint them? Even thinking about this, even if you do say yes in the end, thinking about this gets you out of the habit of constantly saying yes right away before you've gotten a chance to think about it. And also, you're conditioning other people to treat you with respect, because when you constantly say yes, people constantly ask you because they know you're going to say yes. But when you change your response to, let me get back to you on this, they learn that you're going to value yourself and that you're going to respect yourself. So you're not going to be that first call anymore. People already know that you say yes. So in saying, let me get back to you on this, or let me think about this, they're going to think, oh, if I ask this person, they're not immediately going to say yes anymore. So maybe I'm going to go to a different yes person, or I'm going to ask them. But now they're thinking of you with more respect, which is what we want. We want people to consider us. And for most of us who struggle with saying no, everyone around us knows this. That's why they ask you. That's why you're always constantly saying yes. And it might not be their intention, but if you make it easy every single time, you're teaching them that that's the way that they can treat you. You're teaching them that they're a priority in your life, and that you will drop everything to help them. This brings me to my second point, which is, not everybody deserves for you to drop everything for. And the more that you start respecting yourself, the more that you start gaining confidence in saying no, the easier it will be for you to see who actually deserves the help in your life. Because when you begin to say no, you're going to start to see who's going to give you a little bit of pushback, or who's going to start questioning you. For example, if someone wants you to go out on a work day and you say, unfortunately, I have work tomorrow, and so it's going to be a no for me, but thank you for asking. So the people who care about you, they're going to say, okay, well, you have a great night, and maybe next time. And the people who don't care about you, or the people who are the manipulators and the narcissists, they're going to say, come on, you can go out. Come on, it'll just be one drink. How about just for 1 hour? Please, I really wanted to go with you. And so this type of person is not respecting you. And when you begin to say no, you're going to realize quickly who is respecting you and who actually just wants to manipulate you. And that's going to give you a good idea of who you should distance yourself with. So when you begin to say no, you'll start seeing who's going to respect you and who doesn't respect you. So not everyone deserves for you to drop your entire schedule for. You'll start to realize who actually deserves your time, who deserves your help. These are going to be the people who respect you, who love you enough to say, you know, I understand, thanks anyways, or I understand, have a great night. These are the type of people you want in your life. Sometimes by saying yes constantly, we're teaching people that they're the priority over us. You, your energy, your time, that is the priority, always. Nobody's time, nobody's plans are more important than yours. And so when you constantly say yes and you drop everything, you're showing people that you don't have self-esteem. You're not a priority. And that's how you teach people to constantly ask you for favors, because you don't value your time, because you don't value yourself. So we want to be careful with the messages we're sending to people. You want to send the message that your time is important, that you are important, and that you are the priority. Nobody is going to stick up for you. If you don't begin to stick up for yourself, nobody is going to do it for you. I don't know who told me this in my life, but they said, nobody is going to stick up for you. I'm pretty sure it's my husband. He says, nobody is going to stick up for you. Nobody is going to prioritize your family, your children more than you. So you need to start doing it. And I thought, yes, this is absolutely correct. And so that's what motivated me. When I had children, that's what motivated me to start saying no, because my children come first. I come first. Our schedule, their sleep, their food, that comes first before anybody else. And if I don't prioritize us, nobody will. And it's the same for you. If you don't prioritize yourself, nobody will. So this is why it's important to begin to say no. This is why it's important to begin to delay that response, so that you can teach people that you're not just going to say yes, and that you are a priority. This week, practice saying no. Practice coming up with ways to say no. There are so many creative ways to say no. Just know that in you saying yes when you want to say no, you're disrespecting yourself. You are showing that other person that whatever you have going on doesn't matter, because they're the priority and you are not the priority. But also, when you want to say yes and you have time and your schedule allows for you to say yes, it feels good to help your loved ones. It feels good to help out a friend. This video's for the person that struggles to say no because they feel guilty, or they feel like they are a disappointment when they say no. By beginning to know yourself and gain self-esteem and self-love, you will begin to say no, but it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. So this week, begin to practice to say no. Again, you don't have to say no, but the more that you practice, the more that you sit with yourself, the more that you delay that response and say, let me think about it, and then actually think about it. Does this feel right? Is it right timing? Do I have money to lend? Is this going to get me in trouble with my family? Is this right for me? Then you can decide, is it going to be a yes or is it going to be a no? And then you can use a creative way to say, I really would love to. I would really love to help you. Unfortunately, I'm not able to. Unfortunately, it's bad timing for me. Unfortunately, I don't have money to lend you. Unfortunately, my schedule has been so hectic that I can't go out. But next time, call me. If you struggle with saying no, let me know about it in the comments below. What do you think is the root of you not being able to say no? And also, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you know when my next videos are coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.